everybody. I wanted to come on here and welcome you to the first video that I like to do in prep for 2026. Hello, my name is Jennifer. For those that are new, welcome back. For those that are returning, I'm so excited for you to be here today because I want to talk about the 12 books I'd like to read in 2026. This is a new video for me. I'm excited. I picked out one book per month, per idea, kind of theme for the month. And so I'm excited to show you. I don't actually have to read the book specifically in that month, but I thought it would be a good goal to have and some themes throughout the year that I'm excited to read. I did pick a few new books that I purchased this past year, and as well as some that have been on my shelves for many years that I like to get to that I keep putting off. So let's go ahead and dive right in to this topic, into this pile of 12 books that I'd like to read in 2026. All right, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see here, I have my pile, but let's go into in-depth in each one. And so let's go ahead and do this. As you can see, they're kind of backwards, so give me a second to put them in the correct order that I want them in. All right, bear with me. Thank you for waiting as I got to the first book that I wanted to talk about for January. I thought a good space book, science fiction, could be good for the cold weather in January there where I live. And so I'm excited to read Adrift by Rob Boffard. And so I'm excited to give this one a try. It says, a Sigma Station, the ultimate luxury hotel in the far reaches of space. For one small group, a tour of the nearby Horsehead Nebula is meant to be a short but stunning highlight in the trip of a lifetime. But a mysterious ship destroys Sigma Station and everyone on it. Suddenly their tourist shuttle is stranded. They have no weapons, no food, no water, no one back home knows they're alive. And the mysterious ship is hunting them. So what does that mean for them? So I'm excited to give this one a try. As you can see, I have another sticker. I have a couple stickers that I need to still remove from books. I got this one at Half Price Books. I had not heard about it. It was just a quick read that I found off the shelf that I looked intriguing. So this one is for the cold months of January in deep space. So I think that was a good theme for that. So that is the first book I'd like to read. The second one for the month of love in February, friend love, family love, all that kind of thing. This one is Bookbinder's Guide to Love. It is by Katherine Garbera. I got this one off of a Pango order. It looked interesting, looked cute. And it says, a witchy, witty, wickedly sexy tale about love, books, friendship, and the unexpected connections that bind us together. So, excuse me, I thought that would be cute to read in the month of February. And so just kind of a fun read for the month of February. So that is a new one that I'd like to read. The next one is for middle grade March, for the month of March. Magistrum, The Iron Trial by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. It is a start of a trilogy, or in a series, I mean. The Iron Trial is the first one in the series. Again, have another sticker I need to remove. But it says, Cal has no idea what he'll become up against in the Iron Trial, but he knows that if he passes the test, he'll become a student of magic at the Magisterium. Only all his life, Cal's been warned to stay away from magic. So he tries his best to do his worst, but fails at failing. But now he must enter the Magisterium, and it's even more sensational and sinister than he could ever imagine. Sounds cute, sounds fun for middle grade March. So let's go ahead and add that one to the list as well. And if I like these, I have the next 4 books in this series, which I found also at Goodwill's as well. So that's exciting. So then for the month of April, I kind of struggled this one. This one is my birthday month. And so I like to celebrate my birthday and have some fun. And I like to travel. So I thought maybe with this being a road trip book, The Poppy Fields by Nikki Erlich, that this could be a fun book for my birthday, but I might also read this before my April. So, just keep that in mind. But I love a good road trip and traveling, and so I thought this could be a fun one for the month of April. But let me know if you've read this one or you think I should get to this one sooner rather than later. But I'm excited for this one. I said it was a road trip book from what I've heard. It says, what if there were a cure for the brokenhearted? Welcome to the poppy fields where there's hope for even the most battered hearts to souls. And so there are 4 people and a dog, I believe. Yeah, 4 very different strangers and 1 little dog are on their way to these poppy fields. So, and what happens and what they learn about each other along the way. So I'm excited for this one for sure. And then for the month of May, I am pulling the book that I got in Paris on my trip in May last year to the first time out of the country to Europe, that I got The Best Witch in Paris by Lauren Crozier. And so, Crozier, I think is how you say that. And so I thought this was very cute. And so I'm excited to, I love witchy books, spell books. And so this is very cute. And I thought this could be a fun way to commemorate my trip to Paris last year. When Luna swaps her moonstone ring for a boo book owl in the Lost Forest, the mysterious bird seller makes her promise to keep the bird hidden. This is not easy when you live with a very inquisitive witch aunt, and it's not easy when the fearsome Madame Valadon, the best witch in Paris, is missing her boo book owl and will stop at nothing to find it. Could it be that Luna has Madame Valadon's familiar? Why then did the mysterious bird seller tell Luna the owl was hers? A familiar can belong to only one witch after all. So very cute. I think this could be a very fun read. Love this cover. Very fun. So yeah, so that one is for the month of May. The next one I thought for June, you talk about hot weather, digging for paleontologists, bones, desert, you just think of the summer months. And so I thought this could be fun for a mysterious read for the month of June. It says a haunted paleontologist returns to the museum where his sister was abducted years earlier and is faced with a terrifying and murderous spirit in this chilling novel. Curator of paleontology Dr. Simon Neely never expected to return to his Pennsylvania hometown, let alone the Hawthorne Museum of Natural History. He was just a boy when 6-year-old sister Morgan was adopted from the museum under his watch, and the guilt has haunted Simon ever since. But after a recent breakup and the death of the aunt who raised him, Simon feels drawn back to the place where Morgan vanished in search of the bones that they never found. So yeah, so it just sounds kind of like a creepy, fun mystery read. So I'm excited to see how I like this one by Luke Dumas. So yeah, it should be fun. Look at that cover, so cool. All right, so then for the month of July, continuing that summer trend theme, I thought Beach Read by Emily Henry could be a good one to read. Again, another sticker I need to remove. But I have not read Beach Read or Book Lovers, so I thought I would be Beach Read could be a fun one for July. It says Augustus Everett is an acclaimed author of literary fiction. January Andrews writes best-selling romance. When she pens and happily ever after, he kills off his entire cast. They're polar opposites. In fact, the only thing they have in common is that for the next 3 months, they're living in neighboring beach houses, broke and boggled down with writer's block. And one hazy evening, one thing leads to another, and they strike a deal designed to force them out of their creative ruts. Augustus will spend the summer writing something happy, and January will pen the next great American novel. So, sounds cute, sounds fun. So I'm excited to read another Emily Henry. So I did really like The People We Meet on Vacation, so I'm curious to see if I like this one as well. All right, moving on to for the month of August, back to school season for where I live. Back into higher ed as well. So I thought I could start this cute little series by Jenny Colgan, A Welcome to the School by the Sea. This is the first book in Jenny Colgan's charming series set in English girls' boarding school on the sea. Maggie went to the window and opened it wide, inhaling the lovely salt air of the sea. But what had she never lived by the sea before? Why had she always looked out on housing estates and not the little white hulls of trawlers sprawling off in the distance? Yeah, so in this gloriously sunny in Cornwall, the school year starts as a little boarding school by the sea. Maggie, the newest teacher at Downey House, is determined to make her mark. She's delighted to leave the city behind and start a new teaching job. But what will it mean for a now long-distance relationship with her safe, dependably boyfriend, Stan? So cute. I just think it's going to be a fun, short fun read for the month of August when a busy season starts back to school. All right, I thought this one was perfect for September because it's right there in the title of the name, the September house, getting ready into spooky season and the fall vibes. And so, yeah, it says a woman is determined to stay in her dream home even after it becomes a haunted nightmare, and a compulsively readable, twisty, and layered debut novel by, let's see, Carissa Orlando. So the September house sounds really creepy, really fun. I'm excited to add this one as another possibility and hopefully read in the year of 2026. All right, 3 more. So for the month of October, spooky season, of course I had a hard time choosing what book I wanted to add for 2026. This is a middle grade novel, start of a new series called School Spirit, but this one is Suddenly Supernatural by Elizabeth Cody Kimmel. And so it's a cute little read about a girl that becomes supernatural and helping a ghost. And so at her young age, I just thought it'd be a cute, fun addition, something different to break up the horror reads and the sci-fi reads and thriller reads in the month of October. So I thought this could be a fun addition to the list of options. And then I will be curious to know if people are interested to know that I added my first Kristen Hanna book to the list, The Nightingale, for the month of November. Let me know if this is a good fit for November. But yeah, so a lot of people have said amazing things about this one, that it's a good story, good writing. And so I'm excited to give a Krista Hanna book a try. And so it is with courage and grace and powerful insights. Best-selling author Krista Hanna captures the epic panorama of World War II, and it illustrates an ultimate part of history seldom seen, the Women's War. The Nightingale tells the stories of two sisters separated by years and experience, by ideals and passion and circumstance, each embarking on her own dangerous path towards survival, love, and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France. A heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. And so, yeah, I just think it's going to be a very interesting read to see if it's something that I enjoy or like. I think one of my friends and new Patreon member that I'm a part of for Krista Books and Jams, I think she might be excited to see that I have hopefully this historical fiction book on my list. She's determined to get me to be a historical reader yet, so we'll see if she is right and that I do like another historical fiction or not. So yes, I'm excited to see if I like this one. It is longer than I thought, but it should be good. So as long as I enjoy it, it will go fast. And so the last book I thought I would throw in on a Christmas read that I probably won't get to this year, but it is Midnight at the Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan. Yes, I have 2 books by Jenny Colgan, which is kind of interesting. Did not realize that until I was putting my list together. That it would be good. This is a sequel to the Christmas Bookshop. And so I'm excited to continue on this series. I didn't know she was continuing this series. I loved the first book. I think I read it last year. And so I'm going to hopefully continue this one as well. I just like it's just a beautiful cover for this time of year for sure. But this one is Christmas Comes Early, Far Too Early to McCready's Little Old Town Bookshop in Edinburgh. It's summer, it's hot with long daylight hours, but an American production company has decided that McCready's is the perfect location to film a very cheesy Christmas movie. After all, who can resist the charming and narrow historic street with its Victorian gray stone buildings and warmly lit shop windows? Carmen Hugan, who has taken over the day-to-day running of the bookshop, is amused and a bit horrified by the goings-on with the money the studio is paying is too good to be passed up. But after they moved on, Carmen uses a little windfall from filming to enlarge the store, which involves clearing out an almost forgotten storeroom packed full of old books. From deep in the stacks, Mr. Old McCready's secret emerged just as snow begins to fall and the lights of Christmas to blink on outside. Oh, cute. Another mystery. Kind of cute. So I'm excited to get to this one as well. Like I said, these are 12 books I'd love to get to in 2026. Let me know down in the comments below if you are going to do a possibility of books for the year. Are you going to do 26 in 2026 or 12 like I did, which I think is much more doable, 1 book a month as options? Or if you want to share what you think should be my first priority, which book should I really read? or if you're not feeling chatty, share some kind of reading emoji out there, getting ready for all of the new year content, as well as wrapping up the year. So there should be lots of videos coming out very soon. Thank you all for watching and enjoying this time with me. Have a great, happy holidays. Bye.